Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2020. This is episode number 7. We're ready for the playoffs for this episode, and I don't know how. I really don't, but we made it in. Yeah, we are in the playoffs. So we're just 3-13 in our division this year. 26-15 at home though, so that home record really boosted us. Got us through 24-28 in the conference, but 42-40 overall, just good enough to make the playoffs in the 8th and final seed. We were actually 3 games clear of the Grizzlies and Thunder by the end of the season, but it was still really tight until the final week, where it finally looked like, oh wow, we're gonna make it. But that means we got to play the Lakers. 72-10, Lakers tied for the second best record of all time. Yeah, those Lakers that are probably cruising towards the championship. The 76ers' best record in the East at 54-28. The Clippers or the Jazz look like the most likely to give some type of challenge to the Lakers. And maybe, they have lost 10 games. They're not completely unbeatable, but they were unbeatable at home. 41-0. My goodness. Looking at our roster. Wrong way to look at it, though. Looking at the dashboard version of it. We are finally healthy for the first time all season. Everybody is healthy as we go to make our playoff run. Now, the only player that I'd like to re-sign is Malik Beasley. 2 stars, 2.5 star potential. But he wants like 14-15 million. And that's just way too much money that I'm not willing to give him. So even though he's just 23, he's going to be let go. So Beasley's going to be out. We're not going to keep him around, especially when he's a backup to Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's going to get a huge pay raise, but at 3 stars, it's worth it to keep him. And just 26 years of age. Alrighty, well, let's not delay any further. Let's get to it. First day of the playoffs. Go ahead and no. Just one day. There you go. And let's go back a day, see what happened with those games. Yeah, the box scores are right there, but it's a lot easier to see it this way. So, 76ers, the 1 seed, beat the Pacers. Detroit beat Brooklyn. Milwaukee lose to New York in the first game. And Boston beats Orlando. So the Eastern Conference kicks things off first. Both the East and West getting active here on the second day. And we're going to watch the game against the Lakers. Don't expect much. My prediction, we're going to lose every game. We're going to lose in 4. My real prediction is that we're going to get blown out 3 times, and we're going to make 1 game close. So, yeah, I'm expecting it to be ugly. So we're just going to go quickly through these games. We're not going to take our time. We're going to let them play. And in fact, I'm not even going to go much into commentary at the moment. We have something to discuss. I'm looking for some input. Comments below are suggested. And here's what I'm looking for. If you don't know the premise of the channel by now, this is the first series that you have come to the channel for. You might not be aware of this, but the name that I go by and the channel goes by, Decathlon Gamer. Well, if you know anything about the Decathlon, it's an Olympic event. It crowns the best athlete in the world. There's a lot of different sports that get a lot more attention. However, the Decathlon has long since been known as the kind of the king event of the Olympics. It's not popularity-wise these days, but it is that top event. It's 10 events that the athlete competes in, and so it's the most well-rounded of all the Olympics. Everything else is specialty. This is kind of that one area that's close. We're only down 2, by the way, or we were a moment ago, and we are again here as we go to end the quarter. And it looks like we're going to actually end the first quarter with a lead, a 2-point lead. I like it. This is on the road, too, where they've been undefeated all season. So not a bad first quarter. De'Aaron Fox with 15 points already in this one. Bagley's got 8 and 6 also to help out a couple blocks. Anyway, 10 events. Well, what I do in comparison, and this is based off of that, I do 10 games. I keep 10 games active on the channel at any given time. I actually technically have 11 right now, but the 11th one is retiring this week, so I'll be back at my 10 mark starting next week. The game that's being replaced, Draft Day Sports College Basketball. So, replacing the college basketball series that went on for a very long time with this one. Well, the real-life Decathlon uses a scoring system. Each of those 10 events have a maximum of 1,000 points that you can earn. And it's not based on placing. If you finish first in a race or third in a race, or if you finish second in the high jump, you don't get points like you would in, say, an auto race where you get first, second, third, and you get those points based on position. It's based on a general comparison. What is considered the world record score would be generally about 1,000. We lead by 3.5, by the way, so we've pulled it off again. 2 halves, 2 quarters so far, and yet we still are ahead. This is crazy. De'Aaron Fox already at 20 points there in the first half, even though he's just 1 of 6 from the line, but 9 of 15 at least from the field with 5 assists to go with it, so he's still not even being selfish. He does have 5 turnovers, though. That's a little high. But Dedmon, a +8 for him, 4 rebounds, 4 blocks. I like it. We're not in foul trouble, but just kind of. Holmes has 3. Barnes has 3. Got to be careful there, but we're okay. 14 points for Bagley, 5 of 9 shooting for him. Buddy Hield, 4 of 9, but yeah, 9 points. Everybody's playing well. Malik Beasley, though, not so much, 1 for 6. He needs to do a little bit more in the second half to keep us going. Meanwhile, Anthony Davis, just 4 of 16 shooting. He does have 11 rebounds. He does have 15 points, but most of them coming from the free throw line. James also not shooting terribly well, 2 of 6. Much smaller sample size, though, 10 points. He's a +5. He's the danger man at the moment. Second half underway. Anyway, all of those events have what would be considered optimal Olympic winning for that individual event sort of thing is roughly 1,000 points. And then your score is based on that. So if you're in the 100-meter race and you win, but you have a monster time, you're near world record type pace, you're going to have a really good score. If you take second place, but you're barely out of third place and you're a mile behind the winner, you and the third place guy are going to have very similar scores. You'll be slightly above because you were slightly better, but I think you catch on kind of how that's set up. It all adds together to be some total somewhere in the neighborhood of close to that 10,000 mark. Of course, you're not going to actually hit 10,000, so if you hit, say, 9,000, you're actually really close to the world record in the decathlon. Well, I'm trying to play this off very similarly. 10 games, all based on a 1,000-point scale, not comparatively to go into some sort of multiplayer and beat everybody, but what would be considered mastery of the game is worth 1,000 points. And there's got to be some sort of scale. It's not just, you started 0 and, oh, I won the game today, I got 1,000 points. No. Those kind of games do not apply for this channel. So, long term, big projects. Scores at 79-79 here, or was a moment ago, early fourth quarter. Lakers starting to pull ahead late on, and we actually have a close game here, 5 minutes to play, but the Lakers are pulling away from us. Not only have they scored 8 straight, that's been since they tied. We finally score again, but the Lakers immediately come back with 3 more points. We get a 3 to cut it to 6, another 3 to cut it to 3, and another 3 to tie the game with 2.5 to play, and another bucket 2 that time. But a free throw there afterwards to make it 93-90, and we might steal game 1. Are you kidding me? My prediction was we weren't even going to win one game, and we might get the first game on the road. Their first road loss of the season is coming. Here it is, 4 seconds to play, 192. We came from 9 down, 10 down, and went on, gosh, what was that? A 19-2 run to end the game. Bye-bye, Lakers. No, not bye-bye. That's only one game. But we won a game. Cool. That was very surprising. But he healed with 18, Bagley with 18, and De'Aaron Fox. A 40-point game. 16 of 30 shooting. 3 of 7 beyond the arc. He had 13 assists to go with it. And the most unusual of triple-doubles, this is a triple-double. He had 10 turnovers. It is a triple-double. By rule. He had 8 steals to go with it. He nearly had a quadruple-double. He nearly had a quintuple-double with 7 rebounds. What a crazy game De'Aaron Fox had. Good with the bad. Bagley with the double-double. Beasley had 8 rebounds off the bench. I'm having a little shock and a little awe moment here. So we win game 1. No, we are not going to suddenly win this series, but the Lakers have not lost a game at home all season. And while I knew it was certainly possible that they would lose a game at home in the playoffs and not just kind of sweep their way through on their way to a championship, I didn't think we would be the team to beat them at home. I didn't think we'd be the team to beat them even once in this first round. Excuse me. Game 2. I'm going to skip through this one here. Lakers retake this. They have not regained home court advantage, but they have at least leveled the series at a game apiece. Everybody at 2-0, including the Knicks, 2-0 above the Bucks and heading home. So the Bucks could be out in the first round. What a surprise that would be. Of course, they are the favorite from the East to get to the finals in real life this year. Pacers get a win. Detroit make it 3. Bucks are down 3. Orlando get 1. Clippers are up 2-0. Jazz are up 2-0. Nuggets are up 2-0. We are the only team in the West that's the lower seed that has even stolen a game. And we're going to be home for game 3. Wow. Well, this is fun. Now, back to what we were talking about. Each game, 1,000 points, and it's something tangible that I can measure, and something that's going to build over time. So it starts at 0, builds to 1,000 as you progress through the game. One of those scoring measures for this game will be the wins and losses within a season. And every new season that resets goes back to 0. So the score fluctuates up and down as you work your way, progress your way through the game. Other things, more permanent. I haven't decided how I'm going to do everything. A lot of points will be weighted towards the playoffs. And especially towards the championship. So let's talk about the championship because it's going to be a decisive factor. I haven't finalized my scoring for this game just yet, and I will, once this episode is done, I will finalize what the scoring will be. Now, historically, actual history here, the Seattle Supersonics, who are now the Oklahoma City Thunder, have won one NBA championship. That was in 1979 as the Sonics. The Thunder have not won any themselves, so the franchise has one win. But of course, even though I am the Seattle Supersonics, this is not that franchise, as we trail by 4 here with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. This franchise was the Sacramento Kings. The team moved here from Sacramento, and we renamed them the Sonics. Now, the Kings never won a championship. Not as the Kings, anyway. But before they were the Kings, they were the Rochester Royals. And way back in 1951, the Rochester Royals won a championship. By the way, it's 46-46 right now. Getting the job done here so far. We've got a chance to take a second game in this series. Not saying that it's going to happen. I don't think it is. I think that one win we got is the only win we're going to get. I think the Lakers will pull it off, but holy cow, I don't know how we've been in a couple games so far, but Anthony Davis has 15 points already, but De'Aaron Fox doing it again. He's got 16 and 4 assists to go with it. So, either way you look at it, if you count us as the Kings franchise, 59-52 Lakers at the half. Not looking so good this time, though it was for a while. Either way, either franchise has one ring. So, this team can claim one championship in its history. The purpose of this playthrough, if not already abundantly clear, is we're starting with a GM with all ones. I'm gutting the roster, and I'm still working on gutting that roster. It's hard to make moves when teams don't want players. James just got his 20th point. Davis has 20. James has 9 assists and 7 rebounds. He's on his way towards a triple-double right now. The start point, the base point, is to make us really, really bad, and then build over time. And ultimately, the obvious goal is win a championship. But then what? Is that it? Do we end there? This is where you come in. I need to set what is my target goal for this series. Yes, the NBA championship is the goal. But is one more championship title, one more ring for this team enough? I know after a while, a lot of rings, a lot of championships, it's going to make a series really boring. And if you haven't noticed yet, the subscriber list is growing, but it's not massive. This is not a huge YouTube channel yet. And I hope that the word yet is, that comma with the word yet is appropriate in the sentence. I'd like to see my channel grow. Who doesn't want to see their channel grow? Who wants to stay with 5 subscribers for their entire life and be like, ooh, I have 5 subscribers, yay. Oh no, I got a 6th, I must fire someone. You're fired. No, you do a channel and you'd like to see it grow. And so would I. But it's certainly not a massive channel. So I can't have this series go on forever. We trail by 10 here in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes to play. Yes, the Lakers are going to take the road win today. It's not a blowout, though. And really, the last game wasn't a blowout either. It was comfortable. And this game is suddenly comfortable. Holy cow, it was close a moment ago, but they end up winning by 16. Lakers, not quite a blowout. None of the games have been a blowout. But the Lakers comfortably won 2 of 3 so far, but this is already way beyond expectations here in this game that we've managed to play pretty decent. De'Aaron Fox with 33 again. He has been huge here in the playoffs. Also 14 assists. Cut the turnovers in half from the win that we had, but also fouled out of the game. 6 fouls for him. Yikes. But he's efficient. He's doing it on right about 50% shooting. But he healed meanwhile. Yeah, he got to 11 and 7 rebounds, but 3 of 12 shooting. Not a fan. Not a fan of that. I do not like the inefficiency that comes with a lot of misses that you see from plenty of players in the league. These guys, that's efficient. That helps your team. That's going to get you to winning championships. So we trail in the series 2-1. Now, in terms of targets, like I said, I can't have this series go on forever. So, Game 4, Lakers 118-105. Trail 3-1. It's not looking good. One more to go. Might be it. Barnes had 22. Fox had 31 in the game as well, so he's been a stud here so far in the playoffs and late in the season. Ooh, no. This one, let's go back. Look at those scores. Pacers win another. Nets win one. New York beat the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are out of the playoffs. Boston, I don't know if that was enough to finish them off. They might have one more to play. So, the Celtics, 17 championships. The Lakers, what are they at? 15, 16 championships? I'm not going to reach that, okay? We're not going to get through enough seasons for me to develop as a GM, to get good enough to get the franchise rolling. So, no, the target's not going to be 18 NBA championships to be the best all time. The series will not last that long. But it could last longer than one NBA championship. Now, once you get past those two, the Warriors and, who else? The Warriors and the Bulls have 6 apiece. The Spurs have 5. The next closest is 3. So, and, by the way, there are 12 teams in the NBA that have never won a championship. And either way you look at us, we have won. So, but it's been a long time in either variation of these Sonics. Here, Game 5 on the road, and the Lakers are pulling out to an early lead. Could this finally be that blowout that I predicted to be 3 out of 4 games? They're up 10 here in the first quarter. I want you to set the target for me. Leave a comment below. What should we aim? I think the most that we could possibly aim for is 6 to match the third best. I realistically put it down closer to getting up just outside of that mark of maybe 3. Or is 1 going to be enough? Is that the target for this series? Do we go for 1 NBA championship, 3 NBA championships, 5, or 6? I'll set that as a max. Let me know in the comments below what you think, what you feel, what should we target, what should we aim for, and will I ever even make it? I don't know. My college basketball series that just came to an end earlier this week started with the Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2017, continued with 2019, and just ended. Between the 2 series, when you combine it, which I did technically pick up where I left off, I had that set up with a promotion relegation system. 23 divisions. We started in Division 23 of Division 23, and I was ones in every attribute, just like I am here. I developed as a coach, improved our recruiting, improved our prestige over time, and went division by division by division by division. We never skipped one, and we made it all the way to the highest conference. We won 1 conference championship at the highest conference level. We made it to 1 NCAA championship game. We made it to the Final Four. We made it to the Elite Eight, Sweet 16 many times, but never quite got to that super, super, super elite because the prestige level was so far behind that it couldn't recruit the top 10, 15, 20 players in the nation who made those 2 or 3 or 4 teams just that little bit better that we couldn't quite reach. So we made it to a championship game, but never won a championship. So I never did win one in the end. And for that one, I was actually targeting multiple championships. So there's no guarantee that we will make it. I still don't have a 1,000-point game, though I do have one that's quite close to 1,000 point. If you check out my weekly review, you could see where those standings are and see what the top 10 all-time games are. But yeah, halftime, trail by 8 in what could be our final game of the season. Davis has 28 and 13 already in this one. James just 2 points. Not sure what's going on with him, but he is very quiet to start this one. Mostly taking the day off, maybe. Fox has 23. He's getting it done again, and we've cut the lead to 2, now 3 points, with 8 to go in the third quarter. Heald helping out, Barnes helping out. They're both putting up decent numbers. Have I seen Dedmon? Has Dedmon been playing? I'm not sure if he has. He might still be out. No, everybody was healthy when we started the series. Maybe Holmes is just kind of taken over. Well, no, now Henson's in, so still no sign of Dedmon. But as we're getting late third quarter, Lakers went on a bit of a run. They're up 12 now. It's going to be really tough to come back from this, especially on the road. I'm really happy we got one win in this series, but Anthony Davis not letting us make that 2 as he's got 39 and 18 in this one. Now entering the fourth quarter, trailing by 14. You could say goodbye Sonics to this year's playoffs. Here in just a little bit. We will quickly play through the rest of the playoffs, assuming that I don't come back in this game, just to see who is the champion for the year, and our next episode will kick off with the playoffs. Not the playoffs, off-season. So we will do off-season, going through a lot of the action that I will partake in will happen during the off-season. But with 6 minutes left to go in the season, we trail by 14, unless we can stretch it to another game. Fox gone a little cold here recently, just 25 points now. 10 of 17 shooting, though, so he has been efficient. It's Heald who's really stepping up at the moment with 21 now. 7 of 19, better day for him, but still not efficient in the way that Fox is the ever-present. Dedmon back in the game. Okay, he's got 4 fouls. He's been in foul trouble all game long. He's got 7 rebounds, hasn't done much else. But that's the key point. That's why we didn't see him for such a long time. But with just 2 minutes left to go, essentially in the season, 116, 104, big three-pointer, gave us that last little chance. But no, they answered right back and shut the door on us. So with 14 seconds to go, we're going to lose this one by 15. 120, 105. The Lakers they really know how to put up points quick. Season done. That's okay. Didn't expect to get in the playoffs in the first place, so I am certainly not heartbroken. Nor did I expect us to get a game, and nor did I expect us to keep all 5 games relatively close. All 4 of their wins were comfortable, but none of them were blowouts. Pacers up 3-2 on the 76ers now. They've won 3 straight. Oh, man. Celtics win. Got Nuggets and Spurs left here. Nets and Pistons for a Game 7. Pistons take that one, so Pistons do move on, but they nearly lost out. And here we go. First round in the books. Lakers, of course, beat us 4-1. Nuggets beat Spurs 4-2. Jazz beat Warriors 4-1. And Clippers beat Suns 4-1. So all the higher seeds taking the first round in the West. In the East, 76ers lose to the Pacers. The 1 seed is out, and the 1 seed wasn't dominant to begin with, so the Eastern Conference just got a lot weaker. Celtics beat Magic 4-2. Bucks out to the Knicks 4-1. And the Pistons just squeak by the Nets in 7. Pistons best team left, and they're looking pretty weak. Can the Celtics emerge as the 4 seed in the Eastern Conference? The first round would suggest that yes, they might be the favorite at this point to make it through. Alright, here we go. Second round action. Clippers win against the Jazz. Celtics beat the Pacers. Knicks lose. And somebody beat somebody there. Not sure who that was. That's Clippers beating the Jazz, okay. Lakers up 1-0 on the Nuggets. Celtics 2-0, Pistons 2-0, Lakers and Clippers all taking the first 2 games at home. Clippers take game 3 on the road, but how did everybody else do? The Knicks get their first win. Told you the Pistons are definitely looking vulnerable, but Celtics now looking strong. Nuggets, no wins against the Lakers. So we've done better than them at this point. So I'm a little bit stuffy here. Might sound a little nasally. Pacers do get a win. They get on the board. Pistons get their third. And the Nuggets do get a win at home. The other series looks to be done. And everyone survives another. Nuggets. That is the second win in LA by an opponent all year. The Nuggets also get one. But that series is over in 6. And it looks like they might all be. No. There you go. Pistons again vulnerable. They're going to go to 7 this time with the Knicks. And barely squeezed by in a tight contest. 117-113. And now on to the conference finals. Excuse me. So that was Lakers 4-2 over the Nuggets. Clippers winning in 4 against the Jazz. Celtics winning in 6 over the Pacers. And the Pistons squeezing out another series. Both series going to 7 for now getting the Celtics in the next round. I think the Celtics might take it, even though they're the 4 seed. I think our top 2 teams are left, but of course the Lakers. Boy, oh boy, they're going to be tough to beat. Clippers get game 1, though. That's 3 losses at home for the Lakers. Not so good right now in the playoffs. I did notice in our game that James barely played. Maybe he got injured. Our last game. Celtics won game 1. Both series at 1 game apiece. Celtics took 1 on the road. Clippers took 1 on the road. So both road teams stealing home court advantage. Clippers winning at home in Game 3. Celtics winning at home in Game 3. Lakers re-stealing the advantage, leveling it at 2-2. And actually, so do the Pistons. So both series will go to at least 6 games. Lakers winning Game 5. Pistons winning Game 5. Both on the verge. Game number 6. Lakers move on. Lakers are going to be in the finals. Celtics and Pistons going to 7. This is the one place that the Pistons have been good, is in a Game 7 scenario. And they are yet again. They take Game 7. If it went 6, I would have figured Celtics. If it goes 7, boy, you can't look past the Pistons right now. 3 straight series going all the way, going the full distance, and the Pistons pulling it off in 7 again and again and again. If this goes 7, I'll take the Pistons. Anything less than 7, I think the Lakers are going to crush the Pistons because they've really struggled through these playoffs. They might have made it to the finals, but they have not looked good. Lakers take Game 1 by 20. Lakers blow out the Pistons in Game 2, something that never happened to us. Now they head to Detroit for 3. Detroit on the board. They're going to try to make it a series. But the Lakers can really, really hammer in that first nail if they can take a win here. And they do. By 13. Pretty comfortable that. 108-95. Lakers chance to win the championship here and go level with the Celtics for the most all time. And they do it. The LA Lakers are your 2019-2020 NBA champions. That's going to set us up for the offseason. Let's go ahead and check out what this mail is real quick. Ooh, time for the NBA draft lottery. We move straight into that off-season mode. So draft lottery, we're going to find out where everybody is. Of course, we are in that draft lottery as the Cavaliers, who have the worst record by far. We're going to open up with that for the start of the next episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Be sure to hit that like button to keep this series on the go, and definitely leave a comment below with a little feedback on how many championships you think we should be targeting for this series. 1, 3, 5, or 6. Let me know below. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.